survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuaries waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.
There I am. Oh my goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Hey folks, Lester here. Babe.
What?
It's live.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's good to see everybody. Jamie will be here momentarily. She had to do a quick vacuum up.
I can't focus unless it's clean. I'm sorry. Just trying to use every minute.
Thank you for the compliments on my hat. Facebook is here fast today. That was quick. You know how brilliant I am for what I begin to do with that little I'm a Survivor intro as my little intro song.
Are you really singing your own praises?
No, I'm not. But listen to this. How many creators do you know who start a live and say, is anyone here? I don't see anybody. Is anybody here yet? Nobody's here. We don't have to do that. We just click a little video that starts playing a catchy little fun song. It gives those that are here a chance to see something fun, entertaining, a little jingle in their head they can start singing later. And then it gives other folks time to join in. And we never got to say, is anyone here? Is anyone here?
I'm just going to start all lives now vacuuming. That's how it's going to happen.
No, I want to talk about my hat, though. This was a gift. And I know that is not a Longhorn. That's actually do you know the logo? You have to know this logo. If you don't know this logo.
It's the Chicago Bulls.
Okay. So
I thought you were like asking me like, what kind of bull is it? I'm like, Chicago? I don't know. Like the Chicago breed?
The Chicago breed. No, it is a Chicago bull. Now, as far as what kind of bull, let's have some fun with that. That will be fun. That's not a Longhorn.
I bet it's a Brahman.
So we call them Bremer. Y'all, I know how you spell it is Braham. Braham. It's not a Braham bull. We pronounce that as Bremer. Big old hump on their back. But is that a Bremer bull?
I don't know.
Let's ask you guys. Guys, do y'all know? Would that be a Bremer or a Brahma bull? Does anyone? What is everyone saying, Jamie? I'm reading Bremer, a lot of Bremer.
It's a bullshit.
A bullshit. Okay. Highland? Could it be a Highland bull?
It's not a Highland.
It's not. They're shaggy.
Highlands
are shaggy. It's not a Highland. A Red Bull. Maybe so. Anyway, it's nice to see you all. I'm not going to wear the hat the whole time. I'm about to pop it off. Not because I have anything wrong with the hat, but I'm sweaty. That's a brand new hat, and I don't want to get it nasty because we're just in. Jamie's just in, but she had time to go clean herself up and look pretty, and then vacuum. And she had to vacuum.
3 minutes of makeup, and I didn't even straighten my hair. This is fresh out the shower and into chores.
But she came inside the house. I says, babe, it's 7:54. Where's my phone? I'm like, it was on the couch. So then she goes out to look for her phone. I'm getting everything set up here. I'm all ready. I'm seeing some of y'all's comments. Even though we're not live yet, I can start seeing and reading your comments. She comes and she goes, you don't see my phone? I'm like, it was on the little outdoor furniture. So she goes back out. Now it's like 7:58. We go live at 8 on the dot. I'm a stickler for stuff like that. She finally comes back inside a minute till 8. She's found her phone. The dogs had it. The dogs had gotten her phone and chewed it. She has a real neat little leather case on there.
It's like a little wallet case. Like I keep my ID and cards in it because I don't carry a purse very often at all. I don't know. It just feels like a lot extra to carry a purse these days.
I know.
So the dogs ate my
you wonder
phone.
why I like to wear a fanny pack when we go places. Because that's just
I can't get behind that. I am not converting to a fanny pack.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
But I don't like having a big old bulky phone because if I were to put your phone in my pocket, it's bulky because it does have your license and your debit card and your whatever you have in that thing. And that's all you carry. So I get it. Sometimes you stick cash in there. And that's a Michael Jordan bull. That is a Michael Jordan bull. You know, that's really, if you think about it, hand me that hat back over here. It was kind of funny to think about because sometimes when you see an image and you could ask somebody the first thing that comes to mind, associate this with just, come on, say something. a lot of people would say Michael Jordan.
Really?
What do you mean, really? Yeah, really. The first thing that comes to mind
You
when
know
I see
I'm not
that.
very sporty and like didn't pay
Oh
attention
my
to that
gosh,
stuff like
Jamie.
ever. So like, yes, I know what it is, but
You
would
know
I say-
Michael Jordan, I hope.
Yes, I know
Okay.
Michael Jordan.
And then I would also say Dennis Rodman. For some reason, Dennis Rodman comes to mind when I see that. That will be a fun game we could do someday.
Like
I will.
association.
It's like an association. Of course, it's Chicago Bulls. It's their logo. But if I were to put a face with that, it would be Michael Jordan, and he hasn't played ball in years. But I don't even know any current Chicago Bulls, and that's sad. But I'm not from Chicago area. You are.
I don't know, but I'm from St. Louis, which is light years away from Chicago. And I'm not sporty. I couldn't tell you a single sport player today. Not
really
one. On any team of any, sorry.
In saying so, that actually has been one of our, no, we never fight, we argue. And one of our biggest arguments this week has to do with sports. It's because Ellie started a fantasy football league, and me, Brienne, Laramie, our nephews plural, here we go, Dustin, Buddy's wife, Stephanie. Oh my God, guys, we filled this league up in no time flat. And so if you don't know about fantasy football, it's not complicated. I'm not going to explain it all right now, but it does take time. And the night of the big draft, which was a huge event for everybody, I had to be on my phone. And Jamie just could not understand why I broke our routine, why Lester has to go and break the routine, and he's on stuck to his phone. He's glued to his phone. And it's huge. If you have a
tell
husband,
that story a little bit different than things. Really, what happened? It was we had to rush home so that Lester could have good internet service.
Yeah. Oh, well,
because
duh.
he had a draft. And it was also chore time. And during that chore time, he thought it'd be a great idea to let the longhorns and the goats out while he sat in the garage on his phone.
I needed internet, and they needed playtime. They needed to have their enrichment, but
And
I couldn't be a part of the enrichment that day.
was
Yes,
fulfilling enrichment and chores and all the things.
Jamie, that was not the point. It was the point of the matter was I'm involved in a fantasy football league this year, and so I'll let you guys know in on something. This is the first time that I've played fantasy football in 5 years. I've not played in the longest time. Just been so consumed with other stuff, and it's really nice to be able to finally have a little way to, smack talk your nephews and your nephew's wife and your son. And, and so that's been kind of fun. Now, listen, I will say this. It's been a big week, and we have a big week coming up. Before we start talking about tomorrow, which is 9/11 and Patriots Day, if you guys don't know, they actually gave 9/11 a name. Congress gave it the name Patriots Day. What year did they do that? The same year it happened, or the year after?
I think it was the year after.
So the year after. Now, we could be wrong. Are you certain, or you don't know?
Well, I would look on my phone, but it's chewed up.
So you don't want to say Happy 9/11. I mean, come on. But you did want to commemorate or memorialize the heroes and all of the innocent men, women, children who passed that day from a terrible act of terrorism. And so I think that they gave it the name Patriots Day, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And so tomorrow is 9/11, and we will on our channels we will have a we do it every year. We will commemorate and honor that date. And so we will do that with our babies. So it'll be a cute and fun video. It'll be short. It's not going to be one of your long, drawn out videos of all the riffraff, but it's cute. And we still feel horrible. There's been things on TV all day about 9/11. And man, that brings up a really good point, a good question, a good talking point. Where were you? And so my question to you right now is, where were you on 9/11, 2001? And you guys in the comments, tell us, don't just say at Walmart. But tell us a little bit about your story, and we'll be happy. I would love to read some of those things along now and especially later. But asking you first, where were you?
I was in my apartment. Actually, it was the first day off in like 3 weeks, and I was sleeping. And in that apartment, we had a tiny, I mean, like 6 by 6 inch TV that had tinfoil rabbit ears. That it
Oh,
was
boy.
me and two other roommate girls. We didn't watch TV, and my phone rang, like the house phone rang because we didn't have a cell phone then. And the house phone rang, and it was work saying turn on the TV. I'm like, I don't have TV, so I had to go downstairs to the neighbor's apartment and watch TV, and I watched as the second plane hit the second tower.
At that point, did you know what was happening? Because
I didn't understand it.
Oh,
So I was 19, right?
okay.
18, 19, just turned 19. And I didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, I don't get it. And they're like, it's a terrorist attack. And people are coming outside of their homes in the tiny little town that I lived in and talking about and then the panic set in of you should go fill up your gas that day. And like, there's no internet. We didn't have a computer or internet in that time. Like I was a 19-year-old girl living with two roommates and just,
Okay, so I'm on my phone and I heard every word that you said about your roommates on your phone, or trying to figure out what was happening. But here's already, leave it up to Lester to start a debate on something that we should not be arguing about. But there's a lot of people going back and forth about 9/11, known as Patriot Day, and so I'm sorry, there's a lot of folks saying it's in April. It's in April.
So there's Patriot Day and Patriots Day.
What? Tell me that again.
There's Patriot Day, which is 9/11.
So patriot, not plural, singular, is 9/11.
And Patriots Day is in April.
Okay, so patriots with an S, plural, is in April.
Yeah, Congress didn't think that through.
That's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
That was oh my gosh. You think our Congress of today is horrible. That was not funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Jamie's going to double check that.
Yeah, Patriots Day, S
My
apostrophe,
God, Jamie.
is the third Monday of April.
The third Monday in April is Patriots. Now, wait, does that mean like New England Patriots or like?
Sweet Jesus in your football.
Well, I'm just in football mode right now, Jamie.
Well, no, it is a special observant day in only 6 states. Patriots Day.
Oh, Lord.
So,
okay.
Patriot Day is federal. Patriot is not a federal holiday, but it was acknowledged by Congress. Patriots Day is for 6 states commemorating the battles of Lexington, Concord, Minnetonka. I don't know about that. Anyway, the American Revolution.
All right, we're not taking anything away from those 6 states, and I didn't mean to make fun if that was not where I was going. But okay, so we get it now. So I was not wrong when I said tomorrow we are celebrating, but we're not really celebrating. We're memorializing, we're acknowledging, fill in the blank. We are doing something tomorrow to remember Patriot Day. We're remembering. I could have said that. But okay, so let's not argue. Now what I am going to have to do, Jamie, is go back to the video that I already uploaded and make sure
you didn't put an S apostrophe?
That I did not put an S, because if I did, I'm going to start the whole controversy again. And the entire point of the video is not to argue and fight. It's to love. Because to me, what happened on 9/11, 2001 brought me back. It snapped me back into reality fast. It made me realize what's important, what's not, who's important and who's not. I just wanted to be with my kid. Ellie was very young, and I just wanted to be home with Ellie. I didn't want to be at work. I didn't want to be anywhere else. I wanted to be home with my son. I don't guess Xander was born yet. So there's a lot of great stories, guys. They're going so fast that I cannot read them at right now. That I can't.
He will in the tub later.
Oh, yes, I will. And I'm going to have me a tub because I need one. I need one bad. But I really do enjoy reading. It's something sick about me, I think. And I'll sometimes have to drain the tub and fill it again because the water gets cold. I'm sorry, but I always make sure Jamie's already had her bath or her shower first, so I'm not to leave her without any hot water. Let's just take one. Can we just take one? I'm just gonna snatch one. Okay. From Jeanette. I don't have my glasses. I was in. You want to read it?
Oh, I was going to help you, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was in Hockley, Texas at my mobile home in the back of a property of 2 acres doing housework. As we had a nice house in the front of the property, got a call and went to our establishment to watch the news and cried all day. My brother lost his best friend that worked in the towers. Bittersweet. He visited the wall and took a pencil and paper of his name with a family trip to educate his young daughter. That's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. And then I will say this. I did not actually cry that day. I didn't cry back in those days, but I felt the pain. I did feel pain. I felt hurt. I felt scared. I remember feeling scared for obviously people of it happening again somewhere else, locally. It was so far away, but man, with TV and the internet at that point, internet was just coming out, I believe. And our school had internet. Remember, our boss sent out an email to all of us, and she made an intercom announcement. She goes, "Teachers, please take a moment to go check your emails." And I'm thinking, go take a moment to go check your email, because normally they say stay off your computers during the day. You check your emails during lunch or after school hours. And for her to come on the intercom and say, "Please go check your email." So of course I'm like, okay, y'all, just give me a few minutes. So I go check my email and I read about what was happening. So I didn't catch it like on TV the way you did. But I tell you what I did. I stayed glued to my computer the entire day. I went to CNN.com and MSNBC.com and every news that I could think of. I went to watch what was happening. And it wasn't until that second plane hit when at that point, there was no doubt it was an act of terrorism. And I just wanted to go home. I wanted to go home so bad. And of course, you couldn't leave because you had a classroom full of kids. But it wasn't just me, because all day parents were showing up and they were skipping the office, marching right to classrooms and grabbing their kids.
I bet.
And we didn't talk about it with the kids, even though because you didn't really know what to say. You didn't know who it was. You didn't know who was responsible.
I feel like time stood still for a day or two right there. Like, I feel like everything was just like happening around you, but I just remember silence. Like, as weird as that seems, I feel like it was like a surreal time.
Diana says, being attacked on our homeland terrified me. I would agree with that. I feel so, I so feel for all, I can't read. Jamie, help me.
I
don't have my glasses,
for all,
Diana.
Of course, Twin Towers, Pentagon, and those on the airplanes. Airplanes, the people so helpless. All those who died and suffered in the rescues and the cleanup, our firemen, ambulances, hospitals, and the dogs who are trying to seek out possible life, and the depression and the aftermath for all of them. And I fully agree. Like, I think that the trauma response from the people that were connected to it has to be just horrific.
And so many of those first responders got sick. And I believe it was probably respiratory. I don't know that for a fact, of breathing whatever they breathed in that day or those days or weeks. I do think a lot of first responders have gotten sick and even passed since then. And because of all of that. Now, how brave to know that there's things in the air that you're breathing, and yet you do what you do. So anywho, tomorrow we will be on our channels doing our part to just remember. And then we'll get right back to it. Now, let's talk about some things that have gone on this past week, some things that will be coming up this next week. Shall we?
Okay.
You want to start or you want me to?
No, go ahead.
So I like to put little video clips. You already know that. You're probably looking at my computer right now and seeing the bottom.
I tried not to look because I don't know what's there.
So let's just start with what happened at the sanctuary yesterday. Mm-hmm. We got some new rescues. And do you call them rescues or surrenders? Is it the same thing?
New babies.
We got new babies. And so, my friends, I'm sure that you already know about this because I did go live, even though I've not made my official video. Did you? Mm-mm. No. We will make official videos. But or did I make my official video? Jamie, I don't know. I don't know. I have everything. I just don't know. I'm so sorry. I get so busy sometimes. Here's the thing. I've made it. I don't know if I published it. And if I did, was it on YouTube or Facebook? Because I've been jumping back and forth like crazy. But bottom line is, we got some fainting goats. Fainting, y'all. Fainting. You heard me right. Fainting. I don't know how you would say it. How would you say it?
Fainting.
Fainting? Fainting? Well, we got some fainting goats. And Ellie made a video. Good. Ellie made a video talking about our fainting goats. And we met a sweet lady who had a situation with the drought, living here in Texas, and they had a really tough decision to make. They weren't able to continue to provide a healthy lifestyle for all of their animals, already feeding hay, just depleting their resources on mineral blocks and salt blocks and all the things that you're having to do right now, the grains. And so she reached out to us and offered to surrender her beloved bottle-fed babies. My goodness, every one of them, all 5 of them, are the sweetest little goats ever.
Yeah, but there's a special one.
Well, listen, I'm just going to say this. We'll talk about your special one, I know. But your special one's not my special one. But what they all do is faint. They actually faint, and I'm scared to video it. I don't want to make you mad at me. I don't want to make you mad at me. Guys, I don't want you to be mad at me, but I've seen them faint so many times, and for the dumbest reasons. They faint for the dumbest reasons. Can I talk about one that you actually captured? I don't know if you're going to show it in the video or not.
I haven't made the video because I can't make up my mind about it. Because
I don't want y'all to be mad at me.
It is.
It's cute and
it's both
funny.
Hysterical and sad all at the same time, but they don't get hurt. It's not like that. Like it's a neurological defect that is in their bloodline. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
That makes them faint. But it's not like faint. You have to go like make them come to. It's like seconds that they just fall over. Well,
it could be a little bit longer because one of them I almost had to go give CPR to.
You did not.
No, I was going to just for fun. But I'm playing.
That goat's gonna wake up and knock you to next
Tuesday. Just yeah. No, they faint, and they faint over a noise.
It's a startled. It's a stress. It's a.
I'm not laughing
excited.
At the ghosts. I love them. I love them. I love them. And the same way you love, your pets, even though they have some quirks about them. I love them, and I don't mean to laugh, but guys, there's just something hilarious if you close the gate and the metal clangs to metal, clank when you close it, and then it's back to normal.
And all of a sudden they get up and
they're like, oh yeah, and the other ghosts look at them like, what the heck are you doing? Anyway, I kid you not, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. One of the goats fainted. Because I jumped over the fence. I was installing a protective thing, a majiggy, which is what my video was about today. My protection of I'm a survivor, making sure we, protect these babies. And I jumped over the fence. When my feet landed, I guess the clunk was a little bit loud. So one of these goats conked over. Trudy is right there looking at it, and Trudy begins to root. Try to get her
to make it up.
She wants her up on her feet. And this guy
is so sad.
And Trudy's trying to root her she's shoving her across the ground to get up. So even Trudy doesn't know. Jamie, I'm laughing like a dummy. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, y'all. It's not funny. There's nothing funny about that.
People are calling us cookie lickers right now.
Well, you know what we should do? Is just show them why they're calling us that. Can I do that real fast? Oh, I can tell you why they're calling us that. So let me go ahead and show you real fast.
Show the goats.
Because I like to include videos.
Come on, littles! Let's go! Where's the new littles? Come on, you guys are littles now. Let's go! Come on, babies! What are you thinking? Mammy, you scared? Well, Tilly, be sweet, Tilly.
Hear us.
Huh?
It says now they can hear us.
So those are just a sneak peek at our fainting goats, our new littles over at I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. And it was sweet because we didn't know what to expect. I will say that. We did not know what to expect. And so knowing that they're fainting goats, but I'll tell you what, our littles in general, our goats, our pigs, Annie and Ernie, along with all those feathered babies, were just so accepting and so inviting. Ringo did not give a darn. He
No.
could care less. He didn't. I don't think he even went and smelt on them.
He walked by and wanted to eat their food. That was it.
He walked by and wanted to eat their food. That's it, huh? All right. So for the people who are calling us cookie lickers, y'all, give me 1 second here. I'm going to upload a file that is not my video. Uh-oh. Do we see where it went? Okay. So
It's at the
give me a moment.
boardhouse.
Okay.
Okay, let's give a little backstory before we get into it. Can we give the backstory? You want to give the backstory?
So y'all know Stephanie from the Denman Homestead is like the queen of try it. Like she should have named her channel Just Try It.
Just try it, seriously.
Because she makes all the things and then she makes all of us try it. And this time she made cookies.
Well, let's just go ahead and add to that most of the things that we have to try, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I'll speak for myself. I don't really care for.
Lester
Because
doesn't like anything that's outside of the norm.
I don't like things that are canned or things that are pickled. That's just not my thing. And that's fine if you do. If you like that kind of stuff, that's great. I will not hold it against you, but don't hold it against me that I don't. And so when Stephanie shows up on her bike with a little bag in her hand, wants us to try something, she kind of put us on the spot.
She always puts us on the spot. Hey, when you're back around here next, can you stop by for a second? Which means I need you to eat something on camera.
So we did, but I want to play you a snippet out of Stephanie's video. Now, remember, this is not my video. I'm giving credit to Stephanie because she recorded it and she played around with her editing.
Her editing is phenomenal.
Her editing is phenomenal. I was actually jealous. Watch this.
All right, so let me hold them for you.
No, you just take one, and Jamie can have one too. Maybe
All right, do you mind if I smell the cookie before I eat
you
it?
can do whatever makes you feel comfortable.
They look fluffy.
Now, I did cook them yesterday, so they're not like super like fresh out of the oven.
I'm still smelling. I'm like, how's it taste?
Yeah, Lester's watching to see if I'm going to do it first of all.
What kind of a sound is that? That's not me smacking my lips.
It's not me either.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what we were doing.
So here's the thing. I
I don't remember that. I don't even remember that.
I don't typically lick or smell anything. I usually
I
just
do.
eat it and
I lick
go.
it. I lick it.
But
Everything.
she made such a big deal about these that they were cookies, and it was the first thing that wasn't pickled. And I was like, what's in this? That's weird because there's definitely something weird if it came from Steph. I had no idea if it was going to be like the flavor. And I thought, well, I'm going to see what I'm getting myself into here.
So I'm not calling you a liar, but I bet you do. Even though you may not say that you do me a favor. Take your drink right there and pretend like you don't know what's in it. How would you normally drink it if you weren't real sure about it?
I would.
Which is the same thing as a lick when it comes to food. What you're doing by taking that little sip, just putting you, because what you're actually doing is, if you're doing it like this way, you would barely let it touch your mouth. Yes or no?
That's true.
And that would give you enough of a taste to realize if you wanted to put it in your mouth or not and swallow it, right? And so by licking our cookies, I think that you and I both had the same idea. We did not want to just take a bite and then spit it back out. So instead, let's smell it and see if it smells like pickled stuff, something. And then we'll just barely putting your tongue on it to see if it ends up like, you know how you would lick a battery? Did you ever lick a 9-volt battery? You never put your
I
tongue
was
in a
terrified to lick the battery because I don't want it to shock me and hurt me.
Tell me who has never licked a 9-volt battery just to feel the shock on your tongue. Yeah, you always like, and then you see if you can do it or not.
I can't do it.
So that was kind of how it was with Stephanie's cookies. And so I don't know why Stephanie made a big
What
deal
was
about
crazy
it.
though is you did it too because I did it and I'm all like, okay, it's good. I'll take it in. And then I could see that you watched me to see if I was going to take a bite, and then you went back to your sniffing, and then you licked it on your own.
I thought that was really brilliant. It was a pretty smart thing to do, is just lick it and see if there was any strange taste. But no, they were actually really good.
They were delicious. They're sorghum cookies. So she
Yeah.
grew sorghum in her garden
So we're cookie lickers
and then
now.
processed it.
I don't really find that as an insult. I guess I'm just going to smile and laugh it off. Fine, I'm a
add it to
cookie
the
licker.
resume.
Lester's a cookie licker. Okay, I'll lick cookies, and I don't care. It was good, and so I don't know why I'm blushing for. Why am I blushing about calling myself a cookie licker, and why is everyone else blushing about it too? Jamie had 2 licks. It said though. Jamie, you licked it twice, and then someone else just lick it. Just lick it.
Listen, once you're committed to something and there's a camera in your face, you roll with it because somebody's going to edit it in ways that you don't want it edited as. So you just go with it.
No, they didn't. There was no icing. Stephanie actually followed an 1800s recipe using things from her garden. So there was no sugar. It was sorghum, which she grew, which creates kind of a sugar.
Yeah, it's a
sugary
sweetener.
taste.
Yeah.
Someone says, lick it, just lick it good. Like the song Push It Good. That's what came to my mind. Anywho, oh Lord, look at this guy. Hold on. Did you see that?
No.
We got a guy trying to talk to our ladies on here. That's not it. I lost it. It's gone off. Ladies, do not fall for that mess.
Hide comment.
Right there.
No.
Delete comment or block user.
Block user on that one, but the one that's posted his hide comment.
Okay. So I just now took care of the Anthony Grayson, so he will not be bothering us anymore. Did I do it?
Yeah.
Block user. Is he blocked?
Yeah.
All right. User was blocked. So Anthony Grayson, who keeps trying to talk to all of you ladies, is not really who he says he is. Y'all should already know that. So cookie licking. Can't believe I forgot about that. Stephanie really.
It was top-notch editing. It was fabulous editing.
Yeah. The thing is, Stephanie put us at the back of her video. Why would Stephanie put you and me at 24 minutes into a video?
Pretty sure we were last to test, so she probably had everything already edited.
No, that's horrible editing. You slide us to the front next time, Stephanie. You slide us to the front. Hold on, is that dude back again? Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so something else that happened, and it actually did play on Longhorn Lester's channel, was something pretty monumental. And when Jamie and I have our fingers crossed, we tried something new. It was not cheap. And so we're going to really hope that this works. But we slimed our pond. Let me show you a little video. We slimed our pond. That's our beautiful pond as of today. That was me yesterday.
Mistakes were made.
Look at this. It's like a plasma snottiness, like a plasma is snot, and it's all over me. And when I say it was all over me, it was all over me. And so let me tell you what this stuff is. First of all, it's called damn it. Damn it. I don't want to say the word and then you all think that I'm cursing and AI starts trying to block and ban my video. Damn it. It's made for ponds that leak.
Yeah, it's a pond sealer
Uh-huh.
or a dam repair, and it is called Damn It.
It is. So anyway, it's made for ponds that have leaks like ours does. And we noticed that we stopped running our pumps last week. and our water was slowly seeping away. Now we know a lot of that is through evaporation. It's been so darn hot. We also know that the ground and some of the trees that are right around it are probably just sucking it in like, thank you, God. And so we know we're going to lose some, but we also can see on that one end of the pond down by the spillway that there's water that is slowly seeping through in one spot.
It's a trickle.
It's a trickle. And we just don't want to have our water slowly trickle away when we may need it. Obviously, who knows when we're going to get a good rain. So we bought a product called Damn It. And you were supposed to go over there and literally use a seed spreader or fertilizer spreader to get a nice even coat around the area of pond that you think you're having your leaks at. You could do your entire pond if you wanted to, but we know our pond is leaking on that one end. And so I went over there with a 5-gallon bucket full of this stuff and I sprayed it all out, not knowing what was going to happen. Guys, you cannot shower it off. It will not shower off of you.
I had to pressure wash Lester off.
Literally, we're not making that up. I had to be pressure washed.
And to like go against, it wasn't like just spray him down. I had to go against the skin and like
scrape it with the water pressure.
Use the water pressure to scrape a bit off of his flesh, and we had to throw away his clothes. I wouldn't let him get in the shower with it because I was like,
it was going to
clog
clog
the drain.
And it would have. So the clothes I was wearing when I did it are completely ruined. I should have read the directions about what. Anyway, so here's what I will say, that it's not toxic, it's odorless, it's colorless, and it sinks to the bottom, and it puts a protective layer, a gel.
Polymer.
So you say a gel, and I've got something with me to prove you very wrong.
No, it's a polymer.
Well, I don't know what a polymer is, but what I know is it's not a gel.
No.
So what you saw, okay, so let me tell you how it looks when you first open the can. It looks like granules, like when you buy granules for your pool, or when you put granules in whatever you use, granules.
It looked like powdered laundry detergent.
Okay, fine, laundry detergent. And so it came out of the spreader, no problem, but it also went all over me. The problem is when it interacts with water, it begins to do a chemical reaction, and it turns into, at first, kind of a slime, heavy enough to sink in place.
Right, so it sinks within 2 hours.
If it's in the water.
Yes.
If not, it goes onto you or onto your shoes. Guys, these shoes are as hard as a rock now. Jamie, you can't bend this shoe if you tried. And so the clothes I was wearing.
If you want to preserve something for the rest of your life, that also apparently works for that.
Listen, it made everything rock solid. So my shorts, or literally where I took them off, it looks like when you find a towel in the ice, when there's been an ice storm and things are like frozen solid, except they're not frozen. This shoe is not frozen. It's just rock solid because it got that stuff all over it. The other shoe, the shoelace was sticking out of it, and it's sticking straight up. The shoelace, which used to kind of dangle when I would walk, is sticking straight up, like sticking straight up out of it, because that's the way it was when it began to.
Yeah, not your dude shoes. Your dude shoes are ruined now.
Well, these are not the fancy ones. These are not the nice ones, are they?
No.
These are the cheap ones.
So Hey Rudes.
Yeah, so you have, so anyway, I wouldn't wear my nice clothes out and about. These are my play clothes, but these are no more.
Those are gone now.
Someone says use it in place of Viagra. What is that? But anyway.
You couldn't hold it there? God.
Dang it, Jamie. Well, because you were making this weird face.
I was like,
you were making a weird face. Anyway, I had it was neat to use the stuff this morning. I hadn't noticed any new, I don't want to say leakage, but the pond looks very full. It looks great. And so
somebody
I hope
said
it works.
People are worried about what happens to the animals. So we did this in the evening, right? It was towards the evening whenever you did that.
And on one end of the pond where they don't drink from.
Yeah. So they don't drink from that area because the rocks are right there to get to it. And also it was sunk before this morning. So, so everything's fine from that standpoint.
Yeah. Now, listen, it was all over me, and I'm fine now. I'm finally able to get it all off thanks to Jamie and her water hosing skills. Anywho, so that was big news on our pond. We're going to all be looking forward to seeing how the thing holds up. And so you guys wish us luck on that one. That stuff is not cheap. Did I already say that?
Yeah.
My
Maybe we
gosh.
should coat our cardboard boat in it next year.
Jamie, brilliant idea. Because it's not illegal. And who's going to know anyway? Because these guys ain't going to tell nobody.
No one's going to know.
No, y'all ain't say nothing. Our boat will be rock solid. It may just like
It may sink.
it may go right down. I don't know, but anyway. All right. So now, Jamie, before I play my video, what did you do all darn day today? My God, I've never seen anyone work so hard, and she wouldn't quit. And I worked hard. Now I worked hard.
I'm still not done.
No, she's not done. You want to talk about it? I'm only going to show one tiny clip.
So I've been saying for a while that I need to do X in the greenhouse. I need to do X in the greenhouse, but it's been so miserably hot that you couldn't walk in there. There are days the thermometer read 140 in the greenhouse with the doors open. So today we only got up to 96. The humidity level was not high. And I worked the entire day in the greenhouse.
Yeah. And so, I have kind of a routine. I'm a stickler for routines. And so my whole thing is I will work hard until about noon. Is that a yes or no?
Sure.
Okay. I work hard until about noon. And guys, once it turns to that heat of the day, you just can't keep going or you're going to get yourself sick. And on the days when I've had to work past noon, I got myself sick. Not bad, but I come in with migraines, or I'm just depleted for a couple of days to recover. And I will say this, I feel like I might be on the verge of heat stroke. And
It's real.
no
It's
one
very
wants to
real.
feel that way.
Yeah.
And so I make it a point to get up and get going and work until about noon, and then I come on back in. So the problem with that is that my body is conditioned to waking up early, working till noon, and then starting to shut down. And now during that middle part of the day, of course, Jamie works, but I will come in and usually build my videos and just take it easy, rehydrate, and then I'll go back out around 6. Jamie goes out around 5 to start all of her watering and her chores. I go out about 6 to do all the feed up and everything else. But she kept sending me these texts. Can you help me for 5 minutes? Can you give me 3 minutes? No, I would go out. And so what she said would be 5 minutes was like 25 minutes. It's okay. I'm not mad. But my body was not built for that. And then this is the video part that I made. Can I give away that part of the video?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only going to show you one small video. Now, what you see right there, and I do not want to give away Jamie's content, is a beautiful light in her greenhouse. But it is in the shape of like pearls, which, is really cute because your thing is pearls, but no one's going to believe how heavy that sucker is. Tell me I'm not lying. Tell me that that's not the heaviest light fixture you've ever worked with.
It's like 50 pounds.
Guys, and I'm sitting here like this over here holding it up. And
for like 37 seconds.
No,
not 20 minutes.
Jamie, don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate. I locked my arms into place. And I told her, I says, Jamie, if you don't hurry, I said, I can feel my ligaments tearing. I can literally feel whatever ligaments are. I felt something tearing away from the bone. I'd already gone through the whole muscles starting to burn. I just ignored that. At this point, things are starting to come apart inside my body. What do you?
So full of shit.
Did I not tell you?
Yes, that's exactly what you said.
That because
Like,
I'm not making that up.
The drama was so intense. He was like, they're coming apart right now, right here.
I said, Jamie, my arms something's going to break inside of me because I'm holding this 50 pounds over my head, and I could feel it. My back was hurting.
Keep in mind, I hauled it up and down the ladder and had it all wired together, had the thing put together, had already gotten, all I needed was to hold it to put 2 screws in.
When I walked out there, you had it wrapped around you like a Hawaiian lei. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. It was around you like a Hawaiian lei, right? A flower lei. And that is not the same as this over here. And I'm holding it forever. And she's over there like just playing with the wires and trying to tighten up this cable. And I think it was like a joke to you that my arms were like burning. And I already have shoulder and joint issues. Why are you making that face?
It's a joke, all right.
bottom line is Jamie, her greenhouse is coming together. And then, even though it was only 96 degrees today and lower humidity, right there on that roof, it's hot. And Jamie has a problem in her greenhouse. And I don't know why this happens, but there is sap leaking out of the wood that we used. Sap. And so not only am I holding up this thing, but there's hot sap dripping down my back, dripping on top of my head. It's like when you're cooking something.
Oh my God.
It's like
that did not happen.
It's like when
that did not happen. That's what you envisioned happening. That did not happen.
It's like cooking bacon and grease is splattering. It's that we have hot sap dripping down on us. It was horrible. It was horrible. And like I said, my body is already conditioned not to do a lot of stuff like strenuous stuff after noon. And so here I was. But let's talk about you.
No, I'm good.
We can talk about you now
Nope.
and your greenhouse.
Nope.
You gonna save it for the video?
Go ahead. Show whatever you want.
So let's talk about our argument for today.
Show whatever you want.
No. I'm just gonna laugh about something real fast. So then I'm beat. I'm like beat.
Can we take down this instead?
Yes.
If you're not going to show it.
Okay. At this point, I am completely beat. And I finally, when she's done with me, I finally drag myself back into the house and I sit down for a minute. And then the fantasy football, guys, today's Sunday and there's football on TV. So I just sit down to check on my fantasy football team when Jamie comes inside. And now she's all excited about going to Lowe's. She wants to go to Lowe's and get some plants. And earlier in the day, like this morning when I wasn't beat, I said, yeah, I'll go with you. We can go get something to eat, whatever. But now that I'm exhausted and beat and I don't want to leave the house, all of a sudden Jamie's upset because I won't go to Lowe's and go plant shopping with her.
No.
And I already had made plans to go with her.
No.
Oh,
No.
Let me lick that finger.
I was hungry and didn't want to cook because I too was beat.
I would not ask you to cook. I'll be more than happy to have a sandwich or a burrito. I can microwave a burrito easily enough. We have microwavable burritos here for days that we don't feel like cooking. And, but I just didn't want to leave. I did not want to leave. And so we didn't argue. We didn't even argue. I just said, you know what? I'm going to go to the store and buy the goat some milk. And so I got out of the house for 15 minutes and that was my break.
And I cooked.
She did cook. I didn't tell her to. She just did. And anyway, it was a crazy, long, busy day. But what would we do if we did not have some kind of adventure going on with something? We don't even know what to do with ourselves anymore. Once in a while, we'll talk to somebody. We'll meet somebody, out and about. We'll see somebody who watches the channel. And I don't think that they get it. I don't think that people get how busy we stay. And
because even tonight, so we're on live tonight, right now. It is 8:48 p.m. I still have one more Longhorn to feed because she wouldn't eat. Then I have to scrub the bottles afterwards. I still have to build my video for tomorrow, and I still have to finish watering some trees. Plus the normal, like everybody's life routine of laundry, clean up the house, prepare for work tomorrow, place a grocery order. All of those things are like still
you got
in
your
there.
vacuuming done. I saw you doing that when the live
Nailed
was
it. I told you every minute matters. Somebody says, Jamie, you look so tired. I live in a tired state. Lester said to me today, he's like, you've been walking around here like moping for the last couple weeks or so. You've just been like walking around in a trance. I am tired. I'm tired. That's it. I'm just tired. So.
Well, I wouldn't trade it for anything. And so sometimes we may sound like poor me, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I wouldn't know what to do without it.
I wouldn't
honestly.
Either.
And every single thing I find joy in what we do. And for me, like that's the reward. What?
Nothing.
What?
No.
Go on, say it.
No, I'm not. No, I just think that sometimes we don't want to get caught up with the poor me kind of stuff, because honestly, how different would our life be if we did not have Starla and little Finnegan out there?
Yeah.
Or, even though you're going to disagree with me, maybe, how different would our lives be if we did not have sweet Ruby and Danny out there using us as punching bags? I know. Don't start counting the bruises. That's the whole thing. I was joking with Jamie, and I told her that she could go to the police and say Lester beats me, and they would believe her. They would believe her because they'd probably take pictures of all of her bruises. But here's the thing. I have videos of who's really beating you, and it's not me. I never laid a hand on you, never. However, them little calves out there beat the heck out of you, and I feel bad for you. But the thing is, they don't want to beat up on me. They don't. They want to beat up on you, and that's true. Talk about that.
I'm the one who does most of the feeding, so they believe that I have the capability. Like, so they're hitting me because that normally they would hit their mother to make the milk drop.
They punch the udder.
But what I'm saying, but I do most of it, so I am the feeder. I am their mother.
They associate you as a big giant udder. And they feel like if they could punch you, then you provide milk. I don't know why they do that. Why are you looking at me like that for? Stop. That's freaking me out. That is freaking me out. They do. They walk up, they just punch her. Now, I just want to add that I am more than happy to feed them calves, and I do. However, they will not eat from me. They don't want to eat from the bottle when I'm out there with them. I try to be sweet. I try to do all the things that Jamie does. They don't want to punch on me, and they don't want to eat that bottle when I'm with them. So in a way, Jamie has to be the feeder, even though I am more than happy to help out. Can you please say that's true, so as people don't think that I make you out there and take that beating every day?
He makes me. He just says, it's your turn. It's your turn. No, I'm kidding. No, Lester is willing to help, but he's not lying. They won't eat. They won't eat from anyone else. Brienne tried last Monday here with the boat races.
Yep.
Megan tried. It's just...
They like you. Well, you know, they're like everybody else. They see you as the nurturer and me as the naturer. And so
that's a fun one.
I'm the fun one.
Legitimately, they know that I'm not going to let them out of the gate.
I do all the time, and she gets so mad at me. I like to see them run and play,
but then he doesn't watch.
No,
so just like a real dad,
Come on now. Okay. I like to see them happy, and I'll do
and then he's like, okay,
to see
they're
my
out
babies
running.
happy.
I'm gonna go do my thing. Meanwhile, the kids are like hanging from the ceiling fans and things like that. Like, that's the truth. They're hanging in my garden. They're knocking over plants. They're pooping everywhere. Like, it is mayhem when they get out.
They have fun, y'all. They have fun. And the thing is, we have 6 months of this. Now, listen, a lot of people are probably going to start saying, y'all should do the bucket system.
They
y'all
won't
should
drink
do
out of a
the bucket system. Well, we have one that would, and the other will not. So there's no way around it as of now. There will come a time when we'll work ourselves to the old boring bucket. But as of right now, we still do the beat down.
I will say this though.
Twice a day.
Ruby is the violent one.
Yeah, Ruby, the older one.
And she's my favorite. That's the hardest part. Is she's my favorite as well. Danny is actually the most gentle. Like, she's wild. Like, absolutely wild. Like, run around, kick, go crazy, all those things. But as far as like her demeanor when it comes to feeding and like the nudge, she's like that.
Yeah,
and Ruby's
sweet.
like
bam,
like
yeah, she literally comes in like with elbows.
Yes.
Like DDT in the wrestling world.
I don't know who that is.
That's a move.
Oh.
The DDT. Fine. Not a big deal. So.
But the problem is that Ruby would knock a bucket and it would splatter everywhere, which is counterproductive to all of that.
So I don't know if they would actually punch on the bucket or not. I think they just like to punch on you to hear you scream. I do think that. I really do.
I've said more curse words. I'm embarrassed for how many curse words. I told Lester yesterday, I was like, I'm going to make it a conscious effort to stop cursing because I'm cursing because it hurts, because it legitimately hurts. But I feel that it has now become so fluid in my vocabulary that I'm like, I have to pull it together and like class it back up because I have let it all fly lately. It's bad. It's really bad.
Yeah. Well, listen, that's all. Yeah, we need a swear jar. If we had a swear jar, I could get rich if I charged her a nickel or a dime every time she said a curse word around them calves. They're going to grow up and be really bad girls. You know that, right? They're going to be so bad because they get by with everything around here. But no, it'll be at least 6 months before we can wean them. And that'll be an early wean if we do that. Normally, a calf on mama will go 8, 9 months. But we have weaned Jolene at 6 months. No problems. As long as they start eating enough grain, eating grass, and eating on hay, and they can survive without mama's milk, then you can start slow weaning. And so we'll do that. Right now we have no grass here at all, none, like zero. So we're going to just keep bottle feeding and doing what we have to do to keep them in great health. So there'll be no weaning anytime soon. What else you got? I am completely done.
You're tapped out on everything.
We covered all of our we don't have we stopped doing list. You notice that? We stopped doing list.
Yeah, we did.
We kind of graduated away from the list, and
we got better at it. I think.
Here's what I think we did. We began to kind of feed off of the comments about what you guys are asking or what you're saying, and just kind of playing it. And I think that means that we've grown a lot as far as that goes.
The only other thing that I did this weekend was I spent a lot of time with Rita, so I have some content to share about my time with her, and it went really well.
It did go well. I'm not saying that I'm jealous. I'm not jealous. That's not the right word. Jealous is not the right word. But I will just say that maybe I'm kind of helicopter momish. Helicopter mom, as it, and I just worry. Oh, I worry so much. And I just don't want to see anyone get hurt. But no, you did real well with her. And I know that you made some video. I made some video of you with her. I was holding my breath the whole time, but she does really well with you. So
a lot of people are asking about how Ritzy's doing. She's taking her meds and she's taking it pretty easy. Everyone here kind of just gave her like the old 1-2 smell and was like, "Oh, hey, Ritzy."
Yeah, most of them have already met her, and none of our dogs here are aggressive. The only aggressive dog we have here. So I don't know if you guys even know this or not. Have we ever talked about how? So we have one who's food aggressive, which would be Sadie, and she gets mean around feed time because she's still in that starvation mode, which a lot of rescue dogs come to you in a starvation mode, and they feel like if they ever have food, they have to fight for it, and no one else can have any because that may be the last meal they're going to get for a while. And so Sadie is the only food aggressive dog that we have. So we have to find ways to feed Sadie apart from everybody else.
Sadie actually eats in my office now.
Yeah.
Like that's her space to eat.
And then, of course, Stella, besides being the wonderful, mom to everybody around here, taking care of all the babies. I mean, every one of them she's taking care of and helps out with. But she's also kind of the mafia boss, the mobster boss.
Yeah, the Stella stare is real.
The Stella stare is what is real. And Stella can stare down anybody and just make all of them cower down to her. So Stella runs the entire show. But Sadie is the only one who's kind of aggressive around feed time. But we have to always adapt and you evolve and figure out. I know that fly is a mean one.
Is it bomber?
But no, but that's what you do, y'all. With having so many animals, you have to figure out who works well with who and who can be with who and who can do this and who can do that. It's a lot of management, a whole lot of farm management. And that extends from the cats to the dogs to the farm animals. And
somebody said, "Jamie, are you still feeding strays?" Not right now. I do whenever we see one that's on our path, but I don't have the time right now to go hit the streets. I had connected with several other rescuers that were doing that, so we made a donation to be able to help them.
Yeah,
keep up their supply.
I was going to say the financial part is huge, and we are. I'm going to say re-gifting a lot of the things that are given to us. We re-gift those right back to those local rescues.
Yeah.
And so the animals around Plum Grove are getting fed. But if you've watched the I'm a Survivor video from this morning, we are having neighborhood dogs show back up at I'm a Survivor.
Yeah.
And so I'm out now trying to find ways to either catch those dogs in a live trap, obviously, or we're trying to find ways to deter them from coming anywhere near our pastures. Can we talk real fast about the fainting goats and our biggest fears because they are fainting goats?
Yeah.
Now, listen, all of the stuff I'm going to tell you right now, we have a very large audience. This is really beautiful, y'all. Thank y'all for spending time with us. I don't know why. I don't know what's so horrible in your lives that you would rather watch us than go to bed or watch TV or watch football. There's football on. But thank you. Fainting goats, y'all. They actually were genetically created or bred to be fainting goats because they served a very horrific purpose in Europe during the 1800s, whenever the sheep, because of their wool and because of their meat, the byproducts were so valuable to a growing country that was expanding, worldwide expansion with Europe and Britain especially. And so sheep were of very, very valuable meat source and the wool. And so what these farmers or ranchers would do is put fainting goats in with their herds of sheep. So if there was a dog attack or some kind of a predator attack, be it a wolf or coyotes or whatever, and the sheep begin to run, the goats would seize, S-C-I-Z-E, seize and faint, which would allow them to become the prey, the easy target. And all of the sheep, which were the more valuable of the two species, would be able to find and get off to safety. So very sad how they got started. But now I think that's just the saddest story ever, to know that they would put them. So
it was like a sacrifice, basically, like sacrifice one or two to save the herd. And it's awful. And they were bred for that.
They were bred for that. They were. And so that's kind of where they come from. And I found all of that out from a good friend of ours, Jason, over at Cog Hill Farm. He used to raise fainting goats, but he stopped doing that. But he does know a whole lot of the history behind them. And so he shared a lot of stuff with me about them, how to care for them, what to look out for, what you may notice. And so far, he's been right on. Everything he said has come true. And like I said earlier, I'm so sorry. And can I just ask that question? Can I read your comments? Can I read your comments and just let me know, will you be offended if I show the fainting? Is that going to offend you? Or should I take Jason's advice and not show that part? But we're very transparent over here. So look at all the no's, Jamie. Look at all of the no's. Look at all of the no's.
Yeah, it says that they won't be offended.
Wait, you won't be offended?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
You asked, not offended. You said, would you be offended?
So show or don't show? Show or don't show? Can I rephrase that? Because show or don't show? I don't even know what I'm reading anymore, Jamie. Okay, so now I'm reading tons of show. So you're okay if I show. So let me give you my word on what I will not do. What's wrong, baby? Here's what I told Ellie we will not do. We will never, and you got my word on this, I'm trying to look you in the eye. We will never purposely go out there and startle them to capture a video of them fainting. I think that's kind of like,
I think that's cruel.
That's cruel. I find that as being cruel. However, if they do faint because of a gate closing, or hold on, I never talked about your video. I was going to talk about your video that you recorded, and I never talked about it. You talk about it and tell us what happened.
They were eating their little family dinner at I'm a Survivor, and Pig Newton walked out.
Hold on. He walks out.
He didn't run up.
Nope.
He didn't touch anybody.
Nope. So they've never seen a pig in their life. They've never been around pigs. And they're all so sweet, and they're all sitting there eating, and they're just being, and they have this cute little
Weta there eating. And she sees him out of the corner of her eye, and she goes,
Yeah. Pig Newton's like, what did I do?
Pig
He didn't
Newton-
do
Pig
anything.
Newton's looking at her like,
He goes, what are you doing, weirdo?
and he
She's-
just Moses up and eats.
Yes. So we have that moment captured. And I'm like, Jamie, I don't know if we should show that or not. But I don't want y'all to be mad. I don't want you to be sad. I don't want you to feel bad for them.
I think that what we'll have to do in those videos is literally stop the video and say, this next part shows XYZ.
Adult content only, no
Yeah,
pee-pats, no
and-
pee-pats, no.
It was not done intentional, and then we'll have to put it in the subtitles too, because otherwise some people will be offended because they might not be able to
You don't
watch
get
this
it.
live or understand what's going on. But I think that
Disclaimers.
utilizing them for education and being able
Show
to
it, man.
being able to talk about.
I'm so sorry that I worry about. I don't want to offend people. Keep going, baby.
I think being able to talk about it and explain it is the best path around it.
Yeah. So we will not be doing any compilation videos of our goats fainting, even though the funniest video I ever saw that I showed her and she laughed until she about wet herself was a video of a screaming and fainting goat in the same pasture. And whenever one goat would scream, because that's also a real thing, there are real goats that they cannot go bah, like normal. They scream. Please scream. I never heard you scream. Scream like a little girl. Just scream. Jamie, please just scream.
I'm not gonna scream. You scream like a little girl.
I'm not going to do it on, not on a live. I never do anything to embarrass us like that. But there are some goats that will literally, they scream. And then whenever they scream, the fainting goats would just faint. And if they were on the playground, they'd fall right off backwards. They would just fall off the side of the slide or whatever playground equipment they were playing on. And we would watch that over and over and laugh. But it wasn't really funny. It was sad funny, but it was funny still. Right?
It was funny.
It,
I'm sorry it's funny. It's like
yeah, I'm sorry it's funny.
I think
It was the dumbest thing ever.
it was
But
hilarious.
man, I laughed.
It was hilarious. So I think for
I'm
us,
probably gonna go watch it whenever I get done here. I would show you all, but I'd have to screen record off of YouTube. They're probably gonna
Oh.
ban us for a week for screen recordings. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
anyway, we will educate as much as we can about it. But if you see people that are really confused in the comments, feel free to say it's a neurological, they're not hurt, and no harm was done in the making of this video. And feel free to explain to those that are not understanding.
Yes. Well, I will just say thank y'all so much for spending some time with us tonight. It's always funner and gooder when we can share moments with you all.
Yeah.
Come on, do your part about the time.
Oh, you're signing off. This isn't a Texas goodbye. We're done.
We've already been saying goodbye for 15 minutes, Jamie.
Y'all, thank you so much for giving us the greatest gift of all, which is your time. We're so blessed to be able to spend this time with you.
I just should
Oh my
should
God.
let you guys know one thing. I do love you, and I'm not trying to rush off for any other reason except for there is a football game on right now, and my quarterback is actually playing. So my quarterback for my fantasy team is playing on TV right now, and I just want to just check on
I'm
that.
gonna go
before
and
I
go
go.
finish my next hour of chores while he checks on his football player.
We love you guys, and we will see you guys very soon. Okay, I promise you. And happy,
Not happy.
not happy, blessed Patriot Day tomorrow, and at least we never forget. Yes.
Yep. Happy Sunday, y'all.
Yeah.
We love you.
Good night, guys.